Good afternoon, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. This is Rich again, back for your second video blog of the day for Sunday, July 5th, 2015, around 5:02 in the afternoon in Billerica, Massachusetts. Nice and sunny day out, a little bit humid, highs in the 80s. Some news to report. The Lowell Spinners beat the Tri-City last night by a score of 6-5. And tonight starts Shark Week on television. That's about it on the news. My second video blog subject of the day is about a reoccurring theme on these video blogs, which will be maybe once or twice a week. Memories of Billerica Memorial High School, the school I went to high school at in Billerica, Massachusetts, from September 1991 through June of 1995. So many memories I have, and here are one of the memories I have. The memories of the morning announcements. Billerica Memorial High School has an audio video club, which to this day still produces morning announcements, and they do it during the first period, homeroom period, where they have students go into like the bmhs studios, which is in a section of the library, and they have one student that reads the news and stuff, usually what's been going on at the school and stuff, some events at the school and stuff, and maybe some newsworthy events. And then they had somebody who do the sports announcing and stuff like that for the school sports and stuff, or like professional sports and stuff. Also, they had like a weather forecast where they had students who would do that. They would do the latest news, the weather stuff for the next few days, and they usually maybe had the principal on telling any news to report on the school and stuff, or this and that. My memories of the morning announcements of doing it from 1991 through 1995, they had usually a lady doing it. I remember a student, her name was Melissa Moore. She usually read the news, and sometimes it was Karen Morrison, or like her sister Patricia Morrison, or Robin Lynch. For the first year I was there, I think Robin and Patricia were the class of 1992. I know Melissa graduated with me, the class of 1995, and Karen graduated from the 1996. All of those ladies reported the news pretty good. Once in a while they had a guy named John Strezzo, who was the class of 1997. He did pretty good as well. And usually doing sports were Chuck Kemp, who was part of the class of 1996. He was a great sports caster in BMHS and stuff. And actually, after he graduated from BMHS, he ran his own online business for a few years called Home Run Cards, which he collected baseball cards and he would sell them online and stuff. I wonder if he made a big profitable business on it. He probably did it during the .com boom era and stuff like that. And they had another guy who usually did it, was like Daniel Bouliette, and he sometimes would film BMHS baseball games or basketball games or football games or whatever, and he would show highlights of it, filming it. And when they did the weather reports, the weather reports started around 1993 for Dave Weatherman Bruce, who graduated the same year I did in 1995, and that was the first time they did a weather forecast at Billerica Memorial High School, and Dave did very good at it. He told like what was going to go on and stuff, and during the weather forecast, went through 5 days in advance, and during junior year, he predicted that we would miss 7 school days due to snow, and he was right. It was 7 for 7, which was pretty amazing, considering, like with all the snow and stuff like that. The superintendents of schools at the time, Bob Calabrese, would call Dave Weatherman Bruce to tell him if there was going to be a snow day or a weather delay while he was in high school, and Dave told him the truth and stuff. Sometimes he told him that the roads are going to be so bad that cancel scores are going to prove shortly, or it's just maybe something that was an overnight dusting or snow and stuff, but be okay and stuff like that. And they had students directing behind the camera and stuff, or doing like the graphics and stuff. All of this was students doing it from BMHS, like the graphics and stuff on it and stuff. And it was directed by the advisor of the Audiovisual Club was Mr. William Walsh, who was actually a English teacher at Bellwether Memorial High School. He's been an English teacher there for many, many years. He's still there, still teaching as far as I know. And usually when the morning announcements happened at BMHS in Bellwether, during when I was a student there, from time to time they had Dr. Thomas Shockey there. He would tell like any major events going on in the school or stuff like that, or sometimes maybe about like 60 to 70% of the time he would talk about incidents or like people breaking rules, saying you'll be disciplined or these actions will not be tolerated in BMHS. And after that, once in a while they might have a teacher or some person from a certain club or group on there. And after the morning announcements were done, they would go to Channel 1, which was a student-produced news program that was broadcast from all school systems from the United States. And some of the anchors there became very famous, like Anderson Cooper and Lisa Lane and Maria Menounos, who were doing that when I was in high school. They were correspondents or hosts and stuff like that. It was pretty good. Usually Channel 1 News was about 12 minutes and stuff. The first 3 years I was there, they would show it after the morning announcements, but they did not. When I was a senior in high school, they moved it to like a 12-minute period at period 5, because about 50% of the time Channel 1 was being like ended halfway through when the bell rang for the first period and stuff, to begin the first period of school and stuff. I loved the Bellwether morning announcements, watching it and stuff, seeing all the kids doing talent and stuff, and like becoming like trying to get into the field of audiovisual, like news people and weather people and other stuff like that. Dave Weatherman Boots actually became a meteorologist for a station in West Virginia for about a year and a half and stuff, but he doesn't do it now. He's the business manager of the Positive Place for Kids, the Boys and Girls Club Greater Bellwether. So my memories of the Bellwether Memorial High School announcements was pretty good. It was a great way to start the BMHS day for me, watching them, and it was pretty good. That's about it on that. My third and final video blog of the night will be about former match game host and actor, comedian, and now motivational speaker Ross Schaefer, and that's the last one of the night. And have a good day, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Bye now.